Hey, hello, it's me, Sabo, and welcome back to another bullet journal video. For this month's bullet journal theme, I decided to do an ode to my favorite K-pop girl group of all time, FX. And since I've been really feeling pink lately, I figured why not do a theme based off of FX's best album, and really one of the best albums in K-pop, Pink Tape. Now as you can see, I prepared several things. I created some mock-ups for the cover page beforehand, and I printed out a bunch of pictures from the album for me to use throughout this setup. So for the cover page, I recreated to the best of my ability the cover of Pink Tape, which is a pink video cassette cover. Very nostalgic if you've grown up in the era of video cassettes. Throughout this setup, I will be using a bunch of different pink markers and pens. I will try to link all of them down below as well as the other supplies I used. For this video, however, I really just wanted to talk about FX and the impact they had on me growing up and about my feelings for them. So basically this is just a love letter to them. So if you have any questions regarding this setup specifically and the answer cannot be found in the description box, leave a comment down below and I will answer it for you. For now, let's get into my love letter. FX was a 5-member K-pop girl group that debuted in 2009. With the members Victoria, Luna, Amber, Sally, and Crystal. They were an experimental girl group that changed concepts with every comeback, and each concept was very unique and different from what would be trending during that time. FX has had a very big influence on K-pop, but it is very much overshadowed due to poor management from their company. There's a really great deep dive on their career done by Midnight Theories. I will link it down below, and I highly suggest you check it out if you want more information and details about their run in the K-pop industry. So I discovered FX through their song New ABO. I feel like that comeback was such a strong introduction of who FX was and what they could do. Until this day, it still remains my favorite comeback in general of all K-pop groups I've stanned. They really were one of the first groups I religiously kept up with together with Super Junior. They were so unique and fun, and each concept that was given to them, they will kill it. Each member is so unique, and because of that, they didn't have the cohesive looks that many other girl groups had and have right now. I think that's what really attracted me to them. They were also different, yet they had amazing chemistry together. They were a unit, and it showed on stage and in their interactions with each other. We as fans don't often get to see the real interactions between members of a group. It doesn't matter how close they look like, we don't get to see behind the curtain, even if that's what their marketing team tries to make us believe. However, I always felt like there was a bond between them that stretched outside of their job as FX. I always felt like there was a strong respect and trust between them, and that they celebrated each other for who they were and what they wanted to achieve in their careers. And I really admired that, and that is probably my favorite thing about them. And so when Pink Tape was released, I was in awe. The concept was incredible. It was so different from anything else I'd ever seen. The cinematography, the styling, Crystal's narration in the teaser videos, everything was so on point. And then there was the music, which this whole album is incredible. There is an obvious concept, however they really experimented with that one concept to give us a variety of sounds and experiences, which just really showed off how versatile they are as a group and individually. Like honestly thinking about it now, I feel like if the color pink could be translated into music, it would be this album. They promoted the album through their title track 첫사랑 or Rum Pum Pum Pum. And despite it being one of the weaker tracks on the album, it was so fun to watch each performance of Rum Pum Pum Pum. The styling was amazing. I loved the platform Vans they were wearing, the edgy schoolgirl aesthetic, choreography, Crystal's bright red hair, their stage presence, the way they performed. It was all mesmerizing. And I absolutely loved their side performance of Airplane, which is probably my favorite track of the album. Like, when I'm not feeling great, but I want to feel great, I listen to Airplane. And of course, we cannot talk about Pink Tape if we are not talking about Goodbye Summer, which is a song on the album written and produced by Amber, one of the members. Unfortunately, not sung by her. She only has a small part where she rapped, which a lot of fans, including me, were kind of miffed about. The overall consensus among fans was that we'd rather have Amber on the track singing the parts that Dio from EXO was singing. But during that time, EXO was really pushed by the company, and so I think that's why they put him on the track instead of letting Amber have her moment. The track is still incredible though, and it got the most attention during that time from all the other tracks, so that was really great to see. During this time, I really felt like FX could really be one of the top groups in the industry. The album was doing great. Even now, it's still an album that is in a league of its own and still referenced to when talking about the great albums of the industry. I remember replaying the whole album over and over and over again when it came out and obsessively watching all the promotion performances they did. I learned the choreography of both Rum Pum 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 and Airplane and kept lurking on all the FX forums to keep up with their group and individual promotions. FX really inspired me to embrace my own uniqueness and to not be afraid to experiment with the way I looked or the things I liked. The very first album and only album I bought of FX though was Red Light. I remember how happy I was to be able to finally buy one of their albums and support them this way. I have flipped through that album over and over again until it started to tear away at the spine. While I love the playful and teenage spirit Pink Tape has, I am obsessed with Red Light, the mature, edgier older sister. It was so vastly different from anything else they had done and showed a side of FX that made me feel like I was meeting them for the first time. Their styling, their attitude, their performances, they really commanded the attention, and it was hard to look away even if there were parts of the album or their promotion song that you didn't really vibe with. I had such high hopes for the group during this time because it really felt like their company was finally looking at them and their potential. FX was kind of seen as the black sheep of the company, where they weren't really giving a lot of attention, and it felt like the company didn't really know what to do with them because they were so experimental. But the group just had such a power that they would always attract a lot of attention whenever they were giving a comeback. So when Pink Tape got a lot of the recognition it rightfully deserved and more, the company finally started to pay attention to them. We as fans, especially me, I got really excited for the potential their future now had. The Pink Tape album brought them just so much more attention, as I mentioned, and it being followed up with Red Light, people were expecting them, even those outside of the fandom. Unfortunately, things didn't really turn out the way we all hoped it would, for us fans and for the group. Again, if you would like to know more of the group, watch the video of Midnight Theory. They explain it really well. Now, in 2022, the members have all gone their own way, leaving an amazing legacy behind that will not be forgotten. I often go back to rewatch old performances, to listen to their music, to watch the shows they've appeared on, and sometimes when I'm really in the I miss FX mood, I will wander to old forums and reread comments of how FX impacted other fans. I am incredibly thankful for the impact they had on my life, and I try to always look back with that gratitude, even if it sometimes gets incredibly sad. There were a lot of amazing girl groups during that time when they were active. I think that era of K-pop had so many trailblazing girl groups that all in their own way have created the blueprint in which we see the next generations build upon and expand. But I still think there was no group like FX, and that there is still no group like FX. And I think that's why I keep coming back to them time and time again, rewatching, re-listening. I miss them dearly. There's always a little part of me that hopes on a reunion, but I'm at a point where I'd rather have them be where they want to be, where they're at peace and free. And I truly, truly hope they are. FX showed me that everyone is unique and that uniqueness can expand and evolve and change. It's okay to outgrow things and grow into something else, to don't take yourself seriously all the time and allow for space to experiment with life in life. Have fun, be you, and know that there will always be people out there who will match your vibe. So there's no need to try to fit yourself into spaces that do not align with you in the first place. FX embodied that and so much more. There are always artists that you will never forget, and FX is that for me. I know that they will never hear this, but I just want to put this energy out into the universe. Thank you, Song Chen, Park Sin Young, Amber Liu, Choi Jin Ri, and Jung Soo Jung, for your presence in my life, for the hard work you have all done under the name of FX, for everything. I could talk about FX for days and still have more to say, but I will leave it at this for now. Now let's address the other elephant in this room, which is this video is going up pretty late. It's already September the 4th when I'm recording this voiceover. I have a job right now, and even though I work only 4 days a week, I find that I need the rest of the week to really recharge. So it's been difficult trying to balance my energy where I'm able to make content and also rest as much as I need. And with difficult, I mean, I haven't figured out the balance yet. I'm currently working on 3 videos for the past 3 to 4 months, and I have been making very slow progress in all of them. But I like making them. I like making videos and putting them on YouTube. It's just not going to happen in a consistent or scheduled manner. I do aim to get my Bujo videos up before the second week of the month, but we're just going to have to see how that goes. This September is the first September in years where I'm not going to school, which is very strange for me. I'm taking a gap year to recover from long COVID, or more like trying to learn how to live with it better. I was in uni last year and had to drop out in January due to it, and decided to take a whole year instead of reapplying to go back this September, if that makes sense. It's very weird to think that I'm working now instead of going to school. I always worked while being in school, so this is a big change for me. It makes me feel real adulty, I guess. It's also the first time I'm really taking a gap year, like a full gap year. I have taken breaks over the years while in school, but those breaks always happened after the month of September. I'm planning to go back to uni again next year though, because I'm very set on getting my bachelor's. I do have a diploma. In the Netherlands, we have different levels of schooling. I have an MBO diploma and a HBO propedeutics, but I have always wanted to get a university bachelor's degree. So if you know what I'm talking about, you know I've been in school for a very long time, and I'm not even at the end yet. But I'm going to get there. I just need to recalibrate, refigure my shit out. I'm giving myself a whole year to do that, and then once it's over, I'm back into university again. More prepared, more balanced, and more grounded than ever before. It's very scary though. When you're in school, you know what to expect. You have a routine and a schedule. But I'm in the working force right now, and that means that there's so much more flexibility. I work and I don't take my work back home, and so I have time to rest and to explore other things that I didn't have the time for when I was in school. I'm able to explore so much more things now that I'm not in school, and I think that is exactly what I need to have right now. I've been so attached to my identity as a student that I haven't given myself the space nor the time to explore who I am as outside of that, which is something that your 20s should be all about, right? So I'm going to take full advantage of that this year and see what kind of character development I will go through by doing that. Maybe I'll make a separate video about it. Let me know if you'd like to see or hear about that. But for now, I think we're nearing the end. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend time with me. I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much to my new subscribers. I feel like I'm such a low-key channel that every time I get notified of a new subscriber, I'm just so surprised and humbled that someone was like, yeah, I want to subscribe to this nerd, and I love that. I love that. So thank you so much. And if you're only here for this video, thank you as well. I appreciate each view, comment, like, dislike. I appreciate it all. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, Ghouls.
I still need to recover from another lover. Would you